Truck loading and unloading. In this video, we demonstrate how to correctly load and unload a truck. We'll start by showing one person pushing a case into a truck via a ramp. A one-person push is used when the weight of the road case is manageable by one person. Ensure that there are no obstructions on or at the top of the ramp. On approaching the ramp with the road case, never charge at the ramp. If you feel the need for a run-up just to get the case up the ramp, then it's too heavy, so ask for help. Always lower your centre of gravity while pushing cases. As the front wheels of the case hit the ramp, use your foot to push the bottom of the case onto the ramp. This is done to prevent top-heavy cases from tipping over. Do not go too fast, as you may lose control of the case when you get to the top of the ramp. Once your case is inside the truck, do not under any circumstances let go until someone from inside the truck has physically taken control of it, or if you've placed it in the pack. If a case is left unattended inside a truck, it could easily roll back out of the truck or roll further into the truck and seriously injure somebody. We'll now demonstrate the correct procedure for one person unloading via a ramp. First, get an idea of the case's weight by lifting it slightly. Only proceed down the ramp if the case is light enough for you to handle it on your own. Ensure there are no obstructions on or at the bottom of the ramp. Slowly proceed down the ramp backwards, keeping your centre of gravity low and applying resistance to the case. For road cases that are heavy, tall or long, 3 or 4 people should be used when loading or unloading via a ramp. When 3 people are used to take a road case up a ramp, 2 people will stand on the ground on either side of the ramp. These 2 people will pull the case up the ramp by the side handles, while the third person pushes it up the ramp. With heavy, long or tall cases, it's good practice to have an extra person inside the truck to assist the pusher with the case as it enters the truck. When using 3 people to unload a truck via a ramp, the crew member in the truck will go down the ramp backwards, aided by 2 people standing either side of the ramp. Unless otherwise stated on the road case, cases are tipped off their wheels and onto their ends. Before tipping, move the case to the location you'd like it to end up. Make sure there's enough clearance, as you don't want the case to be obstructed while it's being tipped. Check its weight to see if you'll require assistance. If the case is light enough, lift the case, either from the base or handles, and tip it on its end. You should always bend your knees and lift with a straight back. Push the case into position. With heavy cases, it's helpful to push the bottom of the case with one foot while pushing the top with your hands. When unloading a truck, the best way to tip a case back on its wheels is by using its handles. To make the tip easy, support the bottom of the case with your foot and pull the handles towards you. Make sure you move your foot out of the way once gravity takes effect, as you could injure your leg. Don't let the case drop hard on its wheels, as you may damage its contents. If the case is too heavy or too long for you to be able to tip it by yourself, you may require more people to assist you. When tipping in a group, always ensure that everyone is ready to act at the same time. It's always good to count and act together on 3. When stacking one case on top of another, 2 or more people are required. Cases being stacked are normally tipped onto their ends. When performing a 2-person lift, ensure that you both hold the opposite sides of the case in the same place. Make sure you communicate so that you both know where the case is going to be placed and when you're going to start lifting. Lift the case so that the front edge of the case lands on top of the case being stacked upon. Slide the case into the required position. Stacking heavier cases may require 3 or 4 people to tip it into position. When 3 people are being used, 2 people will lift from the left and right sides, while the other person lifts from the back. With a 4-person lift, each person must take a corner. It's best to put the tallest people at the back of the case, as they have a higher reach while tipping. As with any team lift, make sure you're all on the same page as to where the case is going and that everyone lifts simultaneously. When unstacking a case with 4 people, the 2 front people must drag the case towards them using the bottom wheels. When the case is ready to be tipped, the front 2 people take a bottom corner each, while the back 2 people take a top corner each. Get the case to the horizontal position as quickly as possible so the weight is shared evenly amongst everyone. Taking down a case with 3 people is similar to taking down a case with 4 people. The front 2 people will lower the case by supporting both the middle of the case and back corners on their side of the case. Unstacking a case with 2 people uses the same process as unstacking with 3 people. The difference being that the case is light enough not to require a third person supporting it from the top middle while taking it down. Loading a truck using a tailgate. Before pushing the cases onto the tailgate, make sure the wheel stoppers are up. Tailgates always slope slightly downwards, and these will stop the cases from rolling off. When pushing a case onto the tailgate, push it at a slight angle so that 1 wheel at a time goes onto the tailgate. It's easier to mount the tailgate with 1 wheel than with 2, as the resistance is less. Cases on wheels must be accompanied while the tailgate is being raised to ensure they don't roll off. When unloading cases from a truck with a tailgate, make sure that the wheel stoppers are up before wheeling cases onto the tailgate. The cases must be accompanied on the way down to prevent them from rolling off. Once the tailgate is on the ground, hold the cases and place your foot on the wheel stopper to flatten it. The cases can now be pushed off the tailgate. We'll now show you how a team works together to load a truck. Most of the time there'll be someone instructing you how the truck should be packed. Only load cases that are called for. There should always be 2 people packing cases in the truck. This is usually the caller and a loader. The 2 people at the bottom of the ramp will assist the pusher in getting the case into the truck. Notice how the person pushing the case into the truck helps the 2 inside pack the truck. A truck will always be packed in rows, starting from the front, moving to the rear doors. A row often consists of multiple cases stacked on top of one another. The first case in a row will always be placed against a side wall in the truck. The second case in the row is normally placed on the opposite wall. The same packing order will apply when stacking a row of cases on top of another row of cases. To make the loading process quicker, the ramp assistants and pusher rotate roles so that the next case can be lined up ready to be pushed into the truck. Notice how the team waits for the ramp to be clear and for the pusher's assistance to be in place before proceeding. It's vital that when loading or unloading a truck, that all of the positions, caller, ramp assistants and pusher, are filled. If you can see that there is no one filling one of these positions, then you must be proactive and fill it yourself. Never stand around thinking someone else will do it.